everybody, and happy Monday, and Happy New Year to anybody I haven't seen in a hot minute. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's see here. We got Rachel D. Adams. She came in early. Hi, how are you? And also Maggie came in early. Thank you very much. How are you guys doing? Also, Stacy Goats. Lots of writer friends. Let's see. Yeah, how is everyone? Let's see. Okay. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed. So, kind of trying to get my head around doing this again. Excuse me as I hydrate. I have to make sure I'm hydrated, especially today. Did start a migraine earlier, but I think I've headed it off at the pass. But let's see. I have coffee here waiting for me, actually. But I think I'll turn the warmer off. So, Rachel, I was thinking about if anybody wants to have a little productivity time here. I might do that in a little bit. But mostly for anyone who might be watching that is new. Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to my channel. So I'm Heather Dewey Pettit, and let's see. What was my usual spiel? Been a hot minute. Let's see. And I am a author, I'm a writer, editor, and artist. And what ties all three of those things together is my love of fantasy and science fiction, among other things. Let's see. As an author, I have, for a little quick update, I have had to push a lot of my editing of my nonfiction book back. Just due to the holidays and a lot of other things happening. So I am still kind of working on my goals for 2026. So, updates will be available soon, essentially. So let's see, as an editor, I am a freelance line editor and copy editor. And I also do sensitivity reading and authenticity reading for a variety of things, including disability and health issues, and also things that I've experienced, like say growing up around horses. So I have some knowledge there about different things related to that. Let's see. And then as an artist, I like working with watercolors and related media, and I do gel prints. I will be, speaking of art, I will be at an event on the 31st locally here in Tampa Bay. I can put some information about that in the chat. So in a little bit here. So yeah. Also, hi, have fun. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I'm definitely trying to move on with plans. So yeah, well, I know life can be rough on those. Yes, yes, they can be. So because again, yeah, life does happen and all of that stuff. Uh, so um, and so yeah, yeah, I've had a lot of editing projects in the past year. And I have a standing project that I'm doing, helping somebody with polishing their story. That's going to be looks like they're going to use Ream, so a like an episodic type of deal. So there's that. And yeah, that's pretty much my update at the moment, um, except for the fact that I'm here for this launch. So I have had a Patreon account for years, multiple years, but I didn't do anything with it for myself until like very recently here. So because I'd had an idea. It was sort of inspired by um, a rebel with a plan. Um, and she has what she did for her Discord, and as a way of earning a bit of money, was to sort of keep out the trolls and everything and spammers and such. To have a excuse me, I got a bug. I got to brush off my desk. Um, um, to have a membership, uh, so for the Discord, and what I decided to do was just have one tier, for the time being. However, I couldn't. I think because it's only one tier, um, that it's $3, and then if you're not a member of my Discord yet, there's a link in the description. I can also pop it in the chat. So what was I going to say? Oops, lost my train of thought there. But let's see. So anyway, yeah, oh yeah, so yeah, the one way around, the people who if the only way you can join is through iOS, what in sorry, Mac, Apple iOS, for the system for iPhones and iPads. Unfortunately, there is an additional fee, but there is a workaround. You can use a desktop. I think you can use a desktop to sign up if that's not doable for you. So there's that. I did find that workaround. But that said, maybe in the future I might have different tiers. I just wanted to keep it simple for right now and just to kind of keep the cost low for anybody who wants to do that. So who wants to join me there? So the whole thing is I'm trying to build my Discord and make it better, and look for ways to offer events and different things for folks who want to join me there. So I have, in addition to the sprints I've been hosting there for a good while now, those had been on the third Wednesday of the month. And I recently added also the first Wednesday of the month. So there's that. And also I just started a critique group. And that is let's see, the second and fourth Mondays of the month. So that is the critique group Mondays. So there's that. So just looking for also ideas anybody may have on different things that I could offer. I'm also thinking about a maybe some way, shape, or form of watch parties may happen in the near future. I've been thinking of, I know people do that on Discord and different things. So many different ideas I've seen, things I've seen in Discord groups. I've been highly inspired by Sarah Cannon's Discord and some other groups that I'm in that play games online that way, or again, have watch-alongs or whatever. Anyway, I'm just trying to build my community as well and seeing what I can offer to you folks. And who may want to join me there on Discord. So that is that, I think. And so let me, excuse me, pop that link in the chat for the Discord. I mean, the that's in the description below. So one moment. Okay, so in my Patreon, there's basically my first post. I don't think that's correct. I think I do believe I did pop in a post in there before I put in the post with the link, and that should be available in the shop tab, I do believe. And please, please, please let me know if you have any issues doing all this. So I would really appreciate it. And that way I can work out any bugs that may happen and all of that. So I'm hoping this will go smoothly. So yeah, so just please let me know. Also, do you guys have any questions for me? It's been a hot minute since I've streamed. So let me see also if I can find a link to that event that I'm doing on the 31st. Let's see. Let's see, that will be in, let me grab the Facebook event. Oh yeah, there's another thing I'm doing that is this weekend that I'm involved with. It's called the Business Builder Bootcamp, and which is run by my friend Stephanie Kunkel. And so I'm going to be assisting her with a few things related to that. I can drop a link to her YouTube channel maybe, if anybody wants. One moment. That's interesting. I don't know why I don't see it. Sorry. How strange I don't see it right now. Anyway, it's got a fantasy theme and it's bookish, and so it's. I was invited by a friend of mine who is a fellow board member for Necronomicon Tampa, and so anyway, it is a local to me. I don't know. I couldn't find it for some weird reason. Anyway, anything I mention during the stream that I don't get a chance to do while I'm live, I'll pop in the description. So, yeah. So, is there anything else people would like to know about? I guess I'm ready for a Q&A if anybody wants. Also, I did mention earlier, I might, if anybody wants a productivity sprint, I don't really mind. That's fine. Excuse my wet hair. Takes a while to dry. Even after I cut it short. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't do is I didn't put it on social media. I got busy when I got it cut because it was New Year's Eve, so New Year's Eve day. So I got busy and then didn't do it. Diane, how are you doing? Oh, thank you. I do like to show it off sometimes. It's a royal. I found it on a sale at a thrift shop a few years back. I think it was already streaming, so it was probably 20 or 21 or something like that. So, and yeah, Diana, I I actually had, that reminds me, I had an anniversary last week on the 6th. I completely forgot that was my 5th anniversary or my 6th anniversary of live streaming, because I started live streaming on January 6th of 2020. So yeah, and then I realized it the day after. I was like, oh, I neglected that. But anyway, yeah, I I love thrift stores, Diane, so much. I find you can really find some interesting things. You never know what you'll find. One of my favorite things is just to wander around the thrift store for an hour. Unless I get, caught up with examining everything and making sure I'm not missing anything, and then I can be there until the store closes. Unless I have somebody with me. But thank you very much, Diane. I talked about plans earlier. How about I ask you a question? What are your writing related plans for this year or for quarter one? I don't know if I've ever done a Q&A before. Well, that looks odd. I might have to reload the page. At least on my end, it looks kind of odd. I don't know why. Oh, that's fine. I'd recently changed the font size on my pretty much everything because I'm getting older. Nice. $2. My goodness. Yeah, mine was I think it was, how much did I pay for it? Was it already 25 and it was like 20% off? Or was 25 my final price? I don't remember anymore. It was something like that. And it was in perfect condition. It's not anymore because I've left it out too many times without the cover on. So it needs a good cleaning. I wipe it off and stuff, but it needs a good cleaning. So one of my goals this quarter is to get it to a shop that will service it. So there's a couple around here, so that's good. But $2, that's amazing. No writing goals yet? That's okay. Journaling is also writing. Can be creative. There's also art journaling. And I know you're good at that. Which you can combine with writing. Miss Diane Dobson Barton is excellent at writing nonfiction books as well. She has art how-to books. Check her out. That's really cool about that, Diane. Excuse me. Opening their doors for free whenever someone has it. Yeah, they lose a lot of stuff. I understand. That's awesome. That's really awesome. A grandson that makes a beeline for it every time he comes. He'd get a new ribbon. I probably need to get a new ribbon. Heck, I don't know. It could be the original ribbon. I have no clue. But it was in it. inside the case, I don't know how long it had been since it had been opened, because it had a new smell to it when I opened it for the first few times or so. I was like, has this been sitting in somebody's closet for like 40, 50 years or something? I think if I remember correctly, it's from the late 40s and early 50s. Yeah. Yeah. You're taking a YouTube course. Oh, and that reminds me. And then you have an exhibit in June. Congratulations at your local the art um, the gallery that you're a part of. Nice. Yes, yeah. But anyway, I started to say I'm taking a course. I'm taking an editing course. That I just got started with it last week, and as a matter of fact, I've got some homework to do today for it. So, yeah, I'm trying to expand my offerings and sort of get back to my roots a little bit, because it got started in journalism and nonfiction writing first, really before I well, actually paid before um, I um, uh, went into fiction editing. So yeah, it's specifically for recipe editing, and I've kind of thought about combining my fiction editing. Sorry, apartment living. For the noise. Um, my fiction editing skills with this maybe newfound recipe editing skills, and because I know a lot of people love including recipes in their fiction books. Just an idea I've had. Let's see. Oh, yay, Stacy, you figured out how you're going to end your story. Awesome. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try. Okay, maybe not. That's right. Good deal. Yay. Uh, yeah, this. Yes. Yeah, we much prefer others if we can help it, but also the closest place to us is a Goodwill. So, yeah. But we will drop things off, but we don't really care for buying stuff there. I think they still do have training programs though for disabled adults. I do think. I'm not sure if they still do that or not. Anyway, you're on the board at the gallery. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I don't see. Oh, you don't do shows too much. Gotcha. Set it up back into. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So that reminds me, I have to get into Slack later. Note to self: get into Slack and do my homework. Yeah. So, and some admin later too. So, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me. Yeah, to do what works best for you. Drop off local. Oh yeah, totally. I'm sure they are, and like probably don't want any Christmas decorations. Oh, no worries, no worries. Hey, that's what I'm here for, honestly, and to kind of and sort of get back in touch here on this end of things, on YouTube end of things, because I haven't really been doing a whole lot lately, but I do have plans and some changes, and things will be happening here on YouTube. So things are coming, and things that people have asked me for. So I'm trying to get organized and get some things done here that I said I would do, like film videos. So I'll mostly be doing that here, but I do want to do the occasional pop-up sprint streams. So my son is doing. He had a really good weekend, and we had sort of a relaxed weekend. We saw our neighbor friend who moved, and well, we had and then we had just had some errands to do on Saturday. We actually went to a memorial, but anyway, and then yesterday was good. Yesterday was a really good day. We all just kind of chilled out and did some cleaning and stuff, and all of that. I can understand that, Diane, completely. So there you go. You've gotten lots done. So that kind of reminds me, the another group that I have been inspired by is the other thing that I'm involved with, that I'm still involved with, and I will be. Actually, there's a couple, but I'm still involved with the neurodivergent editors lounge and writers lounges on Facebook. I'm an admin, and I do I have been doing sprints for them for a while, probably since the beginning, really. Yeah. And and we used to do it, how I used to do it. You used to be able to have rooms and such in the chats, but anyway, so we're using Discord for that sort of thing. So and their Discord. I will put some links in the description. Anything that I don't get to while I'm still alive. Let's see. Oh, yay. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, support, lots of support, especially considering it's really not bad. I mean, he aged out of a lot of things, but he and also seeing the other comment about a birthday. Uh, so we started taking him to sports, adaptive sports, you could call it, to use a general term. Years ago, he started with soccer, and then baseball, and then basketball as well. Soccer's not on the table anymore, but anyway. So hubby has completely embraced the coach lifestyle, and so that's their thing. They've got they're doing Special Olympics basketball tomorrow evening, the first practice for that. So I'm proud of Kevin. He's doing a great job with that, and they have a lot of fun together doing that kind of stuff. And I'm just on the sidelines. I'm not necessarily a sporty person, but sometimes. So yeah, and then also happy birthday to Karma. Also, for one of my other channels, I might actually do a live stream because Son's birthday is on the 31st. So it will probably be say in the morning or something, if I do that, on his actual birthday. The party's the following day because I've got a thing. That's my event. Unfortunately, it's on his birthday. But anyway, so so yeah, happy birthday to Karma. To your let's see. And today is your youngest. Oh, so happy birthday to your youngest child. Adult child, but you know. Well, mine is going to be 22, so you know, because I'm old as well. I was when I had my birthday this past fall, in September. I kept joking that I was the speed limit because I turned 55. But then I kept saying, well, that's not really a thing so much anymore. I haven't really seen a lot of 55 lately. I've seen 50. And then over the weekend, I actually saw a speed limit sign that said 55. But do you remember, Diane, that and Maggie, do you remember that 55 saves lives thing? That's what I kept thinking about. Thank you. Yeah, that's probably what I would do, Diane, if I were Rand's friend. Said it would just be admin, but for the most part, maybe some on this channel, admin, and it'd be editing if it was during the day. So I'm trying to focus on doing my editing business stuff during the day, and then and then my own stuff in the evening, when I'm not dragging or have a migraine. But I know you meant sprints. You no longer have any kids in single digits. Yeah, it feels weird, doesn't it, when they're not in single digits anymore? I think my son entered puberty around that time because we started having to make sure that he wore deodorant and stuff. But anyway, Lori D, hello. Welcome. We're just kind of gabbing at the moment. There's a lot of 55 speed limits in your area, but do you remember that 55 saves lives? When was that? In the 80s? Or maybe late 70s? I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, you do. That name does sound familiar. Yes, I remember this. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Because Gen X's parents were. It's just sometimes they really didn't pay much attention to their kids, but oh well. It was an interesting childhood and adolescence for us Gen Xers, because go play outside, and so we did. Oh wow, huh? Interesting. I saw one. I saw one over the weekend. I was like, well, I haven't seen that in years. I didn't think that was a thing anymore. But What was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Oh, but yeah. The do you know your children are thing? Yeah, my older brother and I were like 13ish months apart, and so we'd play outside a lot, and we built forts, and in a certain area we lived in, we because it was in the middle of nowhere. In the middle, well, you have to when you have horses. Anyway, we literally dug a foxhole because there was so much sand, and it was more silty there because this was Georgia. But anyway, we literally dug a foxhole, and we were in it. At one point, we put tar on top, and him being a scout, he had to build a chimney. I don't know how that worked, but it did, I guess, or at least for a little bit. Oh boy. I imagine that is difficult, Stacy. Diane, you're almost a boomer. You're like what do you call that? Cusp boomer. Consider combing your hair. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also the boys got their hair cut. They're not boys, but my guys got their hair cut over the weekend, so they both got buzzes. Let's just say it was needed. Oh, and you remember the okay, you're a zennial between Gen X and millennial. Yeah, we with my son's hair being that short, I don't have to worry about it so much. Although no more curls for a while. I was very sad. I'm always kind of sad because he was almost looking like Samwise Gamgee for a little bit for the last few weeks. He could have been cast as Samwise Gamgee with his strawberry blonde hair. You try to stop yourself from suggesting things. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, and I have a half sister who was born prior to you, Diane. So she was born in 57. So she's 13 years older than me. So she's definitely a boomer. But just barely. I think that's up the later born boomers. Excuse me, would be what the mid 50s to around 64, like where Beatlemania happened, something like that. Excuse me. Yeah, my sister, since she was born in 57, she remembered the Beatles being on TV. This is like almost a vague memory, but she kind of remembers it. So because it was such a big deal, everybody was watching it on TV and stuff. I want to say she's told me that that Howdy Doody was still running when she was like 2 or 3 or something. I don't know how long that ran. It's howdy doody time. Okay. Hey, would you guys like me to run a quick sprint? Hey, I'm just so anybody can see what I'm laughing at, because brother that is 5 years older still has a flip phone, but they kind of came back, didn't they? They kind of had like a little resurgence there for a bit. My sister is the same age as your mother. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah. So like I said, I'm 55, so but I had my son. I was in my 30s. I was in my early 30s when I had my son. So I was 33. I turned 34 the year he was born. So actually, I consider myself very lucky, because I didn't know if I could have kids. Long story. if let's just say, if you know, you know. Let's just say that was a very long parry. Anyway, TMI. Does anybody want to sprint? I don't mind. I have a little bit of time, and then I got to do some other stuff. Maggie wants sprints. Let's do it. Let's see here. One moment, and I will. I found my Pomodoro Kitty setting I prefer. I will get that. Let's see, one sec. I'm just going to get that shared. Oh, okay. Guess not. I'll just let. Oh, I know what I can do. I don't have the pro plan right now. I just got the free version at the moment. But let me grab a timer here, and we'll just hear it go off. How about a quick 25-minute sprint? And Rita's sprinting. Oh, okay. Diane, my mother was the oldest of 7. Okay. Yeah. Um, let's see. I'm a middle kid, so I have two brothers. I'm in between. Um, so these three of her children, my mother of my mother's, let's see, there were three of us under the age of 7. Yeah, three under the age of 7. I knew I didn't want to do that. I always told myself no more than 2. And my mother was just plain tired, yes. So, it's always the youngest that get away with everything, right? 25 minutes? Or 30? A year apart? Birthdays are a week apart? Ooh, that's rough. I thought it was rough with Christmas and my son's birthday being about a month apart. But that's even worse. Sorry. Yeah, I bet they waited a few years. There, there's just a quick poll here, just to make it easier and faster. Yeah, all the shopping at once. Yes, I can relate to this. And whatever and then and then you're selective, and then you do. Okay, what can we give them Christmas, and what can we give them a month later, or whatever, a few weeks later. Yeah, this is your Christmas and birthday. I tried that before, and that didn't really fly in our house. Okay, I'll give that another minute for voting. Yeah, I agree. That was kind of, yeah, he didn't really understand that too much when he was young, so. That's funny, Diane. Um, yeah, I mean, we weren't, my older brother and I weren't exactly Irish twins, but being more than a year apart. Not much more. That would be a year and a little less than 3 months. It would be about a month and a half, I guess. I think I've heard you say that before. That's funny. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and do 25 minutes then. Okay. Here we go. So remember to do blah, blah, blah. Slow your words down. Please remember to do whatever you need to do for yourselves. Somebody's pulling out tarot cards. Yeah, I might be doing that too. Mostly I'm going to be looking at my planners, my writing notebook, and my bullet journal that I need to get a new one for. Okay. Making sure everybody's ready. Okay. Just giving a second, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Oops. And the timer stopped. How did everybody do? And thank you. Let's see. I did a few things. I did work in my new writing notebook by Roaring Spring. Like I said in that video I posted a few days ago, I really like it. And I got into Patreon, made sure everything was kosher. It wasn't published yet. I could have sworn I published it. Anyway, that's done. It does need a few tweaks, but it's not bad, so it's all right. It'll suffice for the moment. I do have to add, I need a graphic. I need like a banner style graphic for it. So my Substack being the index card. Maybe I'll put index cards in. I know you guys have seen my extensive collection of Post-its and index cards. You can probably see it. Oh, you might not be able to see it from where. My extensive collection of Post-its and index cards. Yeah. And there's another package behind under that, and there's more stuck in those little cubbies and whoops, and a bunch of index cards. So anyway, maybe something with index cards and Post-its. I can take pictures of my own stuff. That's always fun. That sort of thing. I also did look at my Moonology book, and yes, it was Full Moon in Libra, Find the Balance, which is really interesting because I've been thinking a lot about balance lately and how I'm doing, I'm living my life, how I'm doing things. Find a balance. Focusing on your own wants and needs is understandable. We all need to look after ourselves. However, this card suggests you need to find a balance between what you need versus what someone else needs. Walk a mile in their shoes. There's more. But yeah, that's very interesting and definitely applies to some stuff. I also have, I use Post-it flags for bookmarks when I annotate my style guides. I use that. They're basically color coded, so. And I've got my previous style guide over here, and it's just full of them. Well worn, well loved. My well worn, greatly loved copy of the 16th edition of CMOS, Chicago Manual of Style. Yeah. Just chock full of them. Let's see. Lori, just had lunch that sprint. Nice. And I did drink some water. Let me turn off the warmer. Have some coffee. So for those of you who have kids, what did they get you for holidays? I think this is from last year my son gave me. And he now just loves coffee himself. just loves it mostly because he likes the creamers. But yeah, he likes it. He likes it, especially if it's got at least like a vanilla almond milk in it or something like that. Yeah. But he loves sweets. Thanks. Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, I think that was last year's or the year before. I don't remember. Yeah. I kind of have to do my own because I'm trying to not have as much dairy. So I do like I'm currently doing unsweetened either vanilla or regular almond milk, and then I'll just add a touch of cinnamon sugar and extra vanilla. I know it adds a few calories, but it's fine. At least it's all natural and not too sugary. Karma gave us a calendar and ornaments made at school. Yeah, Kyle usually brings home ornaments, but not this year. But it's his last year of transition. She opened them. Yes, Kyle did the same thing. Monster give us nothing. Okay. Teenager stuff. Yeah. Actually, we have such a collection of the ornaments that he's made at school. Enormous. So that's what we decided to do for a theme because we have so many of those. We didn't do anything else other than stuff he'd made and then some other stuff from when he was younger. So it was our nostalgia tree this year. Yeah. Nice. Oh, to synthetic vitamin D food additives. Oh. How easy are those to find, Maggie? I'm just curious. I'm just going to show this because this is a great idea for those who might be have a lot of allergies. I guess I have a slight dairy milk allergy. Most cheeses aren't necessarily bad for me, but I think they just add to my certain issues I get if I eat regular dairy ice cream. Just don't ask me to talk for 2 hours at least because it'll just be not pleasant. But I'm also not having. I'm trying not to eat it very much. Parmesan because I heard about it has something in it, an enzyme or something that can trigger migraines. So I don't have that anymore as best I can. Gotcha. Now I see that. Yes. So you can use honey. I think that's interesting, Maggie, because I've always heard honey doesn't really work well with coffee. I don't know if it's just physically or if it's just the taste, but I'll have to keep that in mind. Here it is. Cholecalciferol is a derivative of lanolin, which I am violently allergic to. Also, an ingredient in lotions and hair conditioners. I've tried to go as much natural as I can afford in terms of shampoos and stuff because I I feel like I've had enough, you know, not being, being a Gen Xer, enough environmental toxins is I think I've been able to handle. I believe they're not easy to find. I can use half and half or heavy cream, but those are so high in fat. Yeah. Hubby's just been using dairy milk. So he doesn't care for using the fat free, but he doesn't mind using like 1% or 2%. Yeah, they're so high in fat. Enough for every day. Yeah. My sister will use half and half a lot. Okay. Well, thank you for that, because I've also been trying to reduce my processed sugars. Okay. Thank you for letting me know about that, because now I'm going to do that, because I don't like putting I'm just trying not to use as much processed sugar. So because I've heard a lot of things about it affecting just your brain and other things. It contributes to a lot of health issues, I know. Although to this day I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how my cancer manifested. But because I'm triple negative, so who knows. Anyway, does anybody want a second sprint, or we can just wrap this up? Because I think I'm getting kind of tired. I didn't get as much sleep last night as I should have. I started getting migraine earlier, so I did take a nap. So glad I did that, because that was very helpful. Coffee, nap, and I threw some unsweetened cocoa in my coffee. Really good. I might add some honey. Want a quick second sprint, 25 minutes? And then I'll go before I really start getting tired. Anyway, I've got some admin to do and stuff. So I'm still playing with my hair so much because it just got cut, so apologies. Thank you. Jules is live. The dawdling writer. Somebody said that Rita is live. Oh, I was also researching how to add a Patreon link to your YouTube channel. I didn't finish doing that. It still says I need something. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. Except for, yeah. It's nice that they have very clear steps. That was very nice. It came in handy. Let's see. Where did I see that? Oh, yeah. the banner image. Yeah, I will fix that. I will change that. This it's very old. Okay, so I can do that. Oh, thanks for Rita's dream. Thanks for that, Mama Maggie. You can also use in coffee, Maggie. I know you can also use a little bit of real maple syrup. I know that's you can make creamer with that, or it can honestly be a sweetener because it'll just taste like syrup. Have a real maple flavor. It's too bad that honey and maple syrup are so expensive these days. So expensive. So yeah, I can add if you guys want a quick wrap up sprint, 10 minutes. That works as well. I haven't seen in a hot minute is a link to the author tuber. Let's do this. I'm going to pop into Jules' sprints, and I know it'll be in her description. I don't see the bit.ly. Oh no, wait, I found it. Or the tiny URL. I found it. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. And I'll there's the author tube. Spreadsheet with a very long list now. I can't believe it's so long now of people on AuthorTube that at least sometimes do live streams. I can't believe it. It started years ago, several years ago. I don't know when it got started. I don't know. It's just been so long. Probably 8 years ago, 9 years ago with Devin Cutting, and with that whole thing, which I won't go into. It's a long story, but that's in there. That was a long story. Memories. back when AlphaTube was like 7 people. Yeah. Carol Brown and Tamara Woods and Burgess Taylor and yeah. Back in the old days. And Maggie in a few days. Yeah. Yeah. Devin's channel was the playlist. But they didn't, I guess YouTube didn't like that. Oh well. Things happen. But at first it was. But even before that, there was a spreadsheet. And then, I don't know, something happened with that. And then went through a couple of iterations, I guess. And then that. And then Devin's channel. So yeah, I mentioned earlier that, yeah, it's been 6 years since I started doing live streams, but however, I guess it was, I remember going back and looking, and the first time I just started leaving videos up without actually removing them because I didn't like this, that, or the other, was in spring of 2017. So next year will be my 10th anniversary, I guess, of my channel. So I know, Maggie. Yeah. Devin's channel was recorded. It does, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, that was quite a while ago. Burgess Taylor doesn't do much with her channel anymore, except every once in a while, but she's on her Patreon. She does a lot with her Patreon. And she does that exclusively because it was just, I guess at the time, the things were, there weren't as many ways. I don't know. I guess it was just a little bit harder at the time to have an income as a YouTuber. And so she was just focusing on Patreon. Highly recommend her for creativity and her journaling, which is a combination of art journaling and regular journaling. Oh yeah, she called it omni journaling, I think, but that was a while back. Anyway, I have somebody coming to get a kitten today. So far, we have hummed for 4 of the orphans. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to wrap things up. But I really I want to say thank you so much for everybody who came in to hang out with me for a while, to kind of gab, and I guess it's been a hot minute since I've done that. Before I leave, I will see you later, Maggie. But I did want to mention that, to remind everybody that critique group is the second and fourth Mondays of the month. So if anybody is already in my Discord, that will be tonight at, a quick reminder, at 8 p.m. But for anybody new who wants to join my Patreon for Discord access, that will, I guess it's kind of the first official. I had one, but a couple weeks ago, but that was my soft, sort of a soft launch. And so that will be tonight. If anybody is curious, please check it out. Thank you so much for coming by, Maggie. Love you. See you later. Please come and check it out. And like I said before, in addition to that, I have my sprints that I do there. I've had it on the 3rd Wednesday of the month for quite some time. I don't know, it's been at least 6 months, something like that. So that has grown not only the third Wednesday of the month, but it now includes the first Wednesday of the month. But I didn't do it last week. But anyway, this is the official start. This is the official first week of everything, guys. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing people there in my Discord and Patreon. And so thank you to everybody who has watched this live. If anybody is watching this on the replay, thank you very much, and hope you join me. And so yeah, let's see. So I'm not quite sure when my next live stream is, but I'll try to do a pop-up. In 2 weeks from today, most likely. So there's that. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you soon.